Jason Whitlock has already solidified himself as the lifetime Cooning Award recipient. This man has been on a Cooning killing spree to uphold these suspected white supremacist talking points, right? That are coming from him, a black guy, this guy here, Jason Fatlock, who I like to call him. This guy is at an all-time, like, if this was, you know, you want to translate to sports, this would be him averaging a quadruple double in terms of Cooning. Okay, this would be him in the NFL as a quarterback having a 200 QBR rating. Okay, this is just all-time levels of Cooning. And I've actually heard a couple of YouTubers, I'm not going to say their names, but I've heard a couple of YouTubers actually agreed with Jason Fatlock's assessment about the Golden State Warriors not attending the White House to see Donald Trump, number 45, the so-called president of the United States. You know, I just find that extremely comical. The reasoning and the logic behind what, you know, not only what Jason Fatlock has to say, but you actually agreeing with him. I mean, you really have no, you know, his level of Cooning I can understand. I mean, he's working on a huge platform, right, for Fox Sports and Fox News. So he's getting that Coon paycheck. But the guys agreeing with him that are YouTubers, that are just YouTubers, that's all they are, right? What's the logic? What's the motive behind, you know, agreeing with Jason Fatlock? Right? There really is no logic behind doing that other than you trying to troll and try to get more views for your, you know, your channel. That's the only reason I can see. If you agreeing with him, that's the only reason. But family, I'm gonna play this clip of Jason Fatlock saying, and I've talked about Jason Fatlock on my channel, destroyed this guy. You know, I've said that Cooning is a disease, and that's what it is. Cooning is definitely a disease, and this guy, you know, obviously deserves a lifetime Cooning award for his, you know, his all-time level of Cooning that he's been doing. I'm going to play this clip of Jason Fatlock talking about how un-American the Golden State Warriors for not attending and refusing to go to the White House because they won the championship. How that is so un-American and makes him, you know, makes the team and the organization look bad and yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to play this clip and come back with my commentary. So here you go.
Star, Steph Curry.
Definitely. I'm a ball figure. I'm from Middle America.
Yes, so am I, actually. He says, this is Steph Curry. He says he doesn't want to go to the White House to celebrate the NBA title. Curry, here's the quote. Somebody asked me about a couple of months ago, like a hypothetical, if the championship were to happen, would I do it? And I think I answered I wouldn't go. I still feel like that today. So he says, basically, he's not going. And your reaction to that, please?
Stuart, we've been talking about it on this show every week when I come on.
Yep.
This is a San Francisco, Silicon Valley-based basketball team. Steph Curry is part of that culture that instead of engaging with people we disagree with, we want to eliminate people we disagree with. America has never been about that. That's not a healthy strategy. So
let me stop it right there. He said that America was not about you agreeing. It's not about, you know, when you agree with someone, you want to form a debate. But he's saying that since the Golden State Warriors don't agree with number 45, Donald Trump, they would rather eliminate him. Right? That's the message that the Golden State Warriors are trying to send, according to Jason Fatlock. And he says that America was never about eliminating people who they disagree with. Of course, we know that's a fat out. I said fat out. That is a pun intended, fat out lie, right? Since 1505, these white supremacists went to West Africa and forced Africans to work as slaves for nothing for over 500 years, right? The indigenous people of North America, or aka the wilderness of North America, that were already here, and they were classified as copper-colored people. If you look up, in dictionaries older than, the 18th century, you see American was described as a person that was copper-colored, an indigenous person that was copper-colored. Now, these white supremacists say, oh, American is an American that is someone of European descent. Right? So white supremacy continues to control and create the narrative, like I've always said. So when you have, like I said, with Jason Fatlock, you're dealing with a person with mental disorders. He has the most common ones that I always talk about: cognitive dissonance, post-traumatic slave syndrome, and Stockholm syndrome. And he's clearly showing all three of those mental disorders. Coupled with the fact that you see how morbidly obese he is. And so his way of thinking, because of his diet and nutrition, and, I've said that, because of epigenetics and your surroundings and obviously your diet, the way you eat, affects your way of thinking, affects your psychological evaluations when it comes to critical thinking. It's obviously affected him. You see the way he talks. Because he's just making things up as he goes. And he's, upholding the talking points of a suspected white supremacist from his white counterparts in Fox Sports and Fox News in general. That's what he's doing. Just making up things as he goes. Right? Let me continue to play the video.
Curry and members of the Golden State Warriors have strong disagreements with President Trump. They should go engage him in debate and discussion and make their disagreements known to him and give him an opportunity to react. This whole thing of resist, and we're not going to deal with this person, and we're going to ignore this person. It's unhealthy, it's un-American, it's really cowardly. And I like Steph Curry a lot, but he's a young person being led astray by social media and people in this country that just want to overthrow everything.
I used to offer sports commentary. I wasn't very good at it. Then you came along.
I'm done. It's un-American. He's controlled by social media. Really? He's controlled by social media. No. Just like you, Jason Fatlock, you're controlled by the people who sign your paycheck, the people who are classified as white. They control you, and they actually create the narrative for you. Their talking points, and they say, let me let this black guy, Jason Fatlock, talk about the things I talk about with my white counterparts, but I'm going to make sure this black guy says it so I don't get in trouble. Right? That's what it's all about. Whoever signs, the owners, right? Whoever signs these players' paychecks and sign them to these multi-million-dollar contracts, those are the people who control them, Jason Fatlock. Right? The people who control you are your white bosses. And just like LeVar Ball said, the only thing you should be talking about is snacks. Right? Straight up. You should be the SME, the subject matter expert on snacks. That's it. Straight up. Right? Then he had the nerve, Jason Fatlock had the nerve to say, well, if you don't confront down on Trump and, talk about your grievances and debate with him, you're a coward and you're un-American. Really, Jason Fatlock? So you trying to confront somebody who doesn't have your best interests, right? Who clearly is a racist, right? Who clearly is a womanizer. You expect that person to listen to you and change. A 70-year-old man, right? You expect that person with a known history of being a womanizer and being racist. You expect that person to listen to you and change his ways. Yeah, I had to sit down with Steph Curry and the owners and, you know, all the liberals of the Golden State Warriors, and my people of America, I've changed my ways. These guys really changed my mind, and I'm so thankful that they wanted to talk to me. I'm so thankful. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to call off all the laws that I created to mistreat and, you know, subjugate, marginalize people classified as black. You know, I'm not going to, you know, grab women's pussies, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to change my ways. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what Jason Fatlock is trying to create in his brain, right? Just create these false narratives that don't make any sense. And again, he continues to vie for, well, he's already solidified himself as the person receiving the Lifetime Cooning Award. His name is written in stone. You know, they need to create a like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They need to be there needs to be a Coon Walk of Fame as well, with people's names on it. And you know, Jason Fatlock, his name, he's the first name ballot for the Coon Walk of Fame. That's him right there. That's him right there. So like I said, family, Jason Fatlock, this guy has a disease. This guy has a mental disorder, and he's going to continue to say outlandish things. That's what he's been doing. That's his whole career. His whole career. He's been fat his whole career. He's been morbidly obese his whole career. So again, like I said, it messes up his whole psyche, his whole way of critical thinking. This is what you see from this guy right here. It's just that simple. All right. So those are my thoughts on that, family. Leave your comments down below about Jason Fatlock's comments. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Make sure you follow me on social media at The Black Separatist on Twitter and Instagram. Both links will be down below in the description. Until next time, Chauncey, aka The Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.